Okay, so I want to get these batteries up on the wall here, between the inverter and the far wall. I'm thinking one long line of all 14 of them is probably going to be best, because I've mounted the bus bars in the middle, so the wires coming from the positive side and the negative side will be about the same length, which is ideal. So before I can put these on the wall, I need to get one of them out of the pack so that I can use it as a measure. It just so happens that I have a spare one of these packs, which is made up of these slightly bigger 21700 cells out of old Dyson batteries. It's the same capacity, it's just a slightly different shape because there's less of the cells in the pack and they're a different size. So what I want to do is to swap out the end pack from there with this spare one, and then that will give me one of these that I can use to actually measure up on the wall and decide how high up to put it, etc. So that's my first job. I will now unplug the battery from the bus bar and then disconnect this end cell and swap it out for this one. I've already checked, and the cell voltage of this pack is the same as the cell voltage of each of those packs, so I can literally just swap it straight out. Okay, so the first thing to do is to detach the battery from the bus, which is this wire here. Okay, that's detached, and then all we need to do is to unplug the BMS. Okay, now just before, to make absolutely certain, just check the voltage matches. So this pack is currently at 55.2 and these ones are at 54.8, so that's pretty close enough. Put this one back in. Okay, first part done. I've removed that battery now, so what I need to do is hold it up against the wall here and figure out roughly how high I want the top to be and the bottom. And I bought these brackets from the hardware store, and I thought that if I sort of screw them onto the wall like this, then the pack can sit on the bracket going up this way, so the top of the pack will be up here, and then I need some sort of hooking over piece so that will hold the pack and stop it tipping out away from the wall. But initially I need to figure out what height I need these at. So rather than mount it sort of this way up, I want to mount it this way up so that it kind of is pulling on it effectively. So the bottom of the batteries will sit on here, sort of this part here. So what we're looking at, it would be kind of like that is the plan. And yeah, it's just about the right width. That's pretty good. So yeah, so if I measure where the bottom of this part of the pack, where I want that, then that's where the bottom of this bracket will be, and I can do the other measurements from there. So let's do that now. I think probably somewhere about there. Pen doesn't work. About there. Let's just double check that. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so if that's about the right height, then what we want is that to be sort of about there. So if I mark where the top of the bracket is, then I can do a parallel line all the way across the wall, and then I just need to figure out how far apart to space these brackets. About 54.5 centimetres. Now I need to measure how far apart each of these blocks is from each other. So this gap in here, so that I can place the bracket, so there'll be a bracket on each with the right size gap for these tabs to be bolted together without bending them too much. So what I thought I might do is, if I measure the distance between these 6 normal packs here and sort of work out the average gap between them, then I can extrapolate that to do it for the entire wall here for all 14 packs and see where I'd need to start and how far along I'm going to go. So it's about 2.5 centimeters gap between the blocks, but then the metal bracket is a couple of millimeters shorter in width than the block, so there's a couple of millimeters either side. So I think we probably want about a 3 centimeter gap between each of these. So what I might do is put a couple of them up as a tester and then see how that looks. Okay, so each one of these brackets is 6 centimeters. So we've got 6 centimeters, then a 3 centimeter gap, then 6 centimeters, etc. 14 times. So we're going to have 14 times 6, and then there's going to be a 3 centimeter gap between the 14, so that'll be 13 lots of plus 13 lots of 3. What does that give you? 6 4s 24, 680, plus 39. So what's that? 123. Total. £1.23 is about, that's £1.23, so that would be starting about there. I really want to keep it clear from the end of my desk, so if I make the end of the desk is about level with this mark, so if that's the 123 about there, it means the start point is about there. About there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, very roughly, it seems about right. So this line marks the top part of the bracket. So I just need to carry this line over a little bit more. initially I'm just going to place them in with just 2 screws, but then I'll go back over them and put the four screws in each one. So there we go. All 14 installed. Now what I want to do is, because this is made of metal, I want to put some sort of padding on here so that the batteries aren't directly sitting on the metal, that there's some sort of sponge or something on here. So I've got an idea what to use for that. I've got these bits of sponge which I've been saving up. And they're sticky. Inside each of these Dyson vacuum cleaner batteries is a apart from the 18650s, obviously, there's some sticky pads. This is how I get into them. And once you're inside, see these foam pads on here. Now nicely Dyson has made it so they're not like stupidly sticky, and you can actually just peel these off nice and easy, and that's what I'll be using. See, peel off just nice and easy. It's still nice and sticky. So now I've got these bits of sticky sponge. What I'm going to do is stick them on there like that, just to provide a little bit of insulation. And cut that off there and stick the other piece there. Do the same for all of them, and then that provides a little bit of soft padding, and it's a good reuse of a good way to recycle stuff, so it's not just thrown away. Okay, so there we go. I ran out here. I need to get another sticker, so the next time I get a Dyson battery pack I'll have another piece of foam that I can use for that. But you can see all the rest of them all done.